Jazz and Thunder.
Right.
Thunder 3.5. 205 the total. Since January 20th, Houston 34-4, the Jazz 30-7. When Gobert came back, they took off. It's a lot to like. Ingles is shooting a three well, had a hell of a season. Rubio's shooting a three well. Mitchell's right there with Simmons for Rookie of the Year. Gobert's been a beast. It's a fun team. It's going to be a great series. And Exum came back too. A great job by Quinn Snyder. Might be Coach of the Year, but Exum came back and has been playing well.
Sure. I mean, the Jazz are a hot freaking commodity in the betting markets right now. No question about it. And a lot of that has come with the defensive numbers. But, I mean, when you look at that graphic that shows how good they've been, the second best team in the NBA since January 20th, behind only the Houston Rockets, maybe you understand why the markets are giving them some respect. Maybe the markets should give them more respect. And when you look at the Rudy Gobert numbers, his on-off the court numbers, ridiculous. You talked about Exum and being a quiet factor coming off the bench, giving them added point guard depth. They needed it. Of course, the Jazz did play 11 games in the postseason last year. But when you look at who played in the postseason last year, all the key guys, basically, they're all gone. Hayward, Johnson, Hill, and Hood. Ingles, the only guy that's still with the team for their 2018 playoff run.
All right, now you got the Thunder. A minor scare with Brewer. He's supposed to be okay. I know he's be ready to go for early in the series with Game 1 coming up. Melo, not much to like. David Thorpe, Coach Thorpe on Twitter said he's unplayable in some of these big games, especially in the fourth quarter. It's going to be George and Westbrook, but don't forget, I think the key to this series is Adams, and he can be the difference, and he's why the Thunder are going to get by. Adams is an underrated player. He's terrific. A lot of firepower, though, in this matchup.
Sure, and for OKC, the defensive numbers since they got Brewer made a big jump. Remember, they were great defensively with Roberson. Once he got hurt, it made an enormous impact. Brewer has mitigated some of that. The question, and I'm very interested to see how D'Antoni is how Donovan is going to do this when it comes to defensively trying to contain Donovan Mitchell. Is it a Paul George story where George is going to try to bring it on the defensive end? Is he going to, because George defensively, when he brings it postseason, is an elite defender? Or does he leave George with more energy on the offensive end and get Brewer defensively trying to shut down Utah's leading scorer? You brought up Carmelo. Carmelo's fun to talk about. 2,579 career playoff minutes, but let's not forget, in his entire career, Carmelo Anthony's been in the playoffs 10 times. His team's been knocked out in the first round of the playoffs in 8 of those 10 series.
Jazz number 2 in defensive efficiency as well. How many of those ATS losses Stotts had do you think were against the Warriors? More than half? Absolutely.
Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the games.